A Kansas City teenager is fighting for his life after being shot for knocking on the wrong door. The family of 16-year-old Ralph Yarl says he was trying to pick up his younger brothers when he mistook one address for another.
On April 13th, just before 10 o'clock p.m., officers were called to a residence where a teen was shot in front of the residence by a homeowner. The teen was transported to a local hospital for his injuries. The homeowner was taken into custody and placed on a 24-hour investigative hold. Detectives and crime scene personnel immediately responded, processed the scene, and recovered the firearm.
20-year-old woman was fatally shot after turning up the wrong driveway in upstate New York. Police say Kaylin Gillis was in the car with 3 friends looking for a friend's house in the rural area of Hebron, New York on Saturday night. After mistakenly pulling into the wrong driveway, police say Kevin Monahan came out of the house and fired 2 shots. One of the shots struck Gillis. They then drove to the neighboring town of Salem to get cell service and call for help. Emergency responders performed CPR on Gillis, but she was pronounced dead.
There was clearly no threat from anyone in the vehicles. There was no reason for Mr. Monahan to feel threatened, especially as it appears the vehicles were leaving.
According to officials, Monahan, who is 65, refused to come out of his house when officers arrived. He has been charged with second-degree murder and is being held in Warren County Jail.
And this is a shooting that leaves a small Texas community absolutely stunned and shocked. You mentioned these 2 cheerleaders were wounded. One of them is now recovering, and this morning, for the first time, Savannah, she's speaking out. In Elgin, Texas, an outpouring of support for a beloved cheerleader whose team says was injured in a shocking shooting Monday night that may have been over a misunderstanding. According to NBC's affiliate KPRC, the shooting happened when a group of cheerleaders stopped at a grocery store, and one of the group accidentally tried to get into the wrong car, stopping after seeing someone else in the car. After the girl tried to apologize, the man began firing.
I just, halfway my window was down, he just threw his hands up and then he pulled out a gun. And then he just started shooting at all of us.
Overnight, Elgin police arrested and charged Pedro Tello Rodriguez Jr., who they say fired into a vehicle after an altercation in a grocery store parking lot. Authorities say one victim had serious injuries and was helicoptered to a hospital. A local gym owner says that was Peyton Washington, a young cheerleader well known in the community.
She's won every title there is to win in all-star cheerleading. She's literally a role model for the kids in this industry throughout the country. Everybody knows her.
Friends posting on social media calling for support and prayers for the high schooler. It's one of several shootings to gain national attention recently. In rural upstate New York, 20-year-old Kaylin Gillis was shot and killed Saturday night when the SUV she was in accidentally pulled in to the wrong driveway. Investigators say Kevin Monahan walked out of his home and fired 2 shots at the vehicle. He has pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder. And this morning, Gillis's boyfriend, Blake Walsh, spoke exclusively with NBC News and said he just wants to share with the world how good of a person his girlfriend was. Meanwhile, we have since reached out to the suspect in that Elgin, Texas shooting, but as of right now, have yet to hear back. Savannah?
All right, Morgan, thank you very much.
Hey, Shalom Akim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Those in the gospel, bro, lift up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Real quick, this is just a response or just a further building on the brother's video. Be circumspect, people on edge. Love of many is waxing cold, and the volatile times, the evil times we're living in. As they showed the clip of this guy, Ralph Yarl, that allegedly went on the wrong, ring the wrong doorbell. I think he was like North KC and Liberty, which is a place that a lot of Jakes don't go. You know, I myself, I don't go to Liberty for any reason unless I'm, working out there or whatever, but I don't go, that's not a place I would go to hang out because it's Edomiteville. Same thing with like Olathe, Kansas. Overland Park is more centralized because it is Jake's out there, but you don't catch me just roaming the streets of Overland Park at nighttime. If I'm in Overland Park, it's probably a restaurant or going to see a movie, or I'm driving through and I'm in and I'm out. But we don't fuck around in these suburbs out here. And basically, he caught a bullet to the noodle for going to pick up his siblings, man. And then another situation, a young lady was shot at and killed for pulling in the wrong driveway, and basically Esau blew her ass away and she died. Another one with a cheerleader being put to death, being shot, which judgment is going out on all levels, okay? And we've been, saying that, look, man, the time now to get right with Yahweh Shai is now, okay? Because the scriptures say, tarry not to serve the Lord, tarry not to seek the Lord, seek him while he may be found. So, time now is to high time to wake up out of sleep, because shit, any day now, okay? People on edge, they losing money, the jobs, the careers, people, they don't have any particular optimist in this place anymore because they're seeing it for what it is. And it's a spirit that the Most High is pouring out on this place, the spirit of adversity, the spirit of being adverse and perverseness, man. Okay, you're seeing the transformer community become more relevant, and dictating more rights and having more rights of freedom over you. And the list just continues to go forth, man. So this is a place that's totally engrossed and approached in wickedness. Yahweh Shai has to deliver us from this place, man. Okay. So anyway, a couple of precepts here, and there's a couple of precepts, and I actually got some on deck too. 2 Timothy 3:1 says, "This know also that in the last time perilous times shall come." Perilous goes into evil times, man. Okay, you see the families that was once involved, at the round table breaking bread. Now, families have become enemies, man. Like, there's a song we call that, "Enemies Become Rivals." Since this whole pandemic thing kicked off back in 2020, which they declared the end of it, finally after 3 years. But you can expect more hell to come from it. But I've literally seen family literally just not even engage each other because of the whole thing. Like, you didn't have the jab, well, you can't come in my house. You can't come in my house unless you got the face diaper on, so to speak. And just shit like that. And came out that Pfizer, basically, they don't have authorization to administer the jab anymore. So all you people that sit up there and was high and mighty because you did what you had to do according to this government's regime, so to speak, their plan. Now look at you, looking stupid. You lost family, friends behind a horribly generated lie. Okay, because everything that happened within the last year was based on a fucking lie, man. Okay, lies and deceptions. That's all it was. Since 2020 began, it's been nothing but bullshit and lies and death. Now people are suffering from it, and they're wanting people to hand out the red carpet. Like, a lot of these people gonna say, well, why didn't the sea spirits just do anything to warn us? Well, we've been warning your ass, man. We've been telling you that this was all set up to create a division in Babylon. And you got people literally blowing each other away left and right. Road rage incidents, at least a person a week gets shot on a fucking highway in these major cities, man. Road rage incidents, people literally getting fired on because, they cut somebody off. Getting ran off the road because these people have demons and spirits on them. Ephesians 5 and 15 and 16. See that you walk circumspectly and not as fools. This is talking to the body. Your brothers out there that may have to get out and do your daily endeavors, man. Be circumspect. If a person wants to get around you in a vehicle or whatever, let them have it. Don't try to compete with these people. Don't try to give them a reason, because they're looking for a reason to take their frustration and animosity out on anybody they deem probable. Okay? So don't give them a fucking reason. Motherfucker want to engage you on some wickedness, then hey, let it blow off unless they directly assault you or put their hands on you or disrespect your person, so to speak, in your space. Then you deal with it. But if a motherfucker trying to get through or traffic or trying to provoke you into a situation, just let it roll off your shoulder. Easier said than done. I myself had to take that advice because I know I get real high-headed, and I'm to the point like, look, nigga, let's go. But even then, being circumspect, just learning to take the low, because these people, they got their judgment coming. Okay, you have shit to prove to these people. Doesn't mean you're afraid, doesn't mean you're a punk, you know, and trying to defend your woman's honor. Fuck all that, man. Unless somebody directly assaults you and put their hands on your person or your shit or your belongings, like I said, you deal with it. But if a person's trying to provoke you into an altercation, forget about it. You know, be careful traveling, you know, going to certain areas at night, you know, certain places that is not deemed probable for your presence. You know, like these little small towns, like here in Missouri, they still have sundown towns. Certain places you just don't go. You know, if it's within city limits, cool. But even then, going into the hood, be careful then, because Jake is robbing motherfuckers left and right. Carjackings are going up. You know, theft, breaking and enterings, man. You know, all these things. Okay, it says redeeming the time because the days are evil. Okay, so we are in evil times, man. And remember, Yahweh Shai stated that we walk on the battlements of the city. Okay, so keeping your head on a swivel. All right, so I got another video I want to show. And now we're going to get the last couple of precepts and we're going to end it. But this is just to the body to be circumspect.
Would you tell your gold digger girlfriend that you're about to inherit $1 billion?
Come on.
Alex, why would...
And we've heard on the news that they have been charged with misdemeanors, and it's just really disheartening.
A deadly trend with innocent victims. Carjackings are turning into car crashes.
One of the most recent incidents left a 6-month-old baby dead.
Nate Rogers is live with more. Nate.
Yeah, that's right. I'm Corey and Don. The victims in this crash, in fact, were a mother and her 3 children. One of the children was an infant, less than 6 months old. We're told, who died as a result. We spoke to an aunt today who described the family's pain as unbearable. 6 months old, and now a cherished memory.
But he was like 6 months going on 26. He was just like the sweetest little boy. We would always dance. He loved to dance.
Sunday around 5 p.m., the family inside the silver pickup truck then struck by the stolen Hyundai Sonata, according to police. The truck then head on into this large tree at Costner in Washington.
Truly the biggest nightmare.
The car seat still visible in the wreckage, neighbors rushing to the scene to render aid. Christian Uvidia, his mother, and 2 older sisters all rushed to the hospital in serious to critical condition.
I think a lot of it too, they've kind of blocked out just from the trauma.
The 6-month-old fought to stay alive for 3 days.
He suffered from a fractured skull, which caused his brain to swell and bleed eventually, causing him to go into a coma and then later passing away.
The offending vehicle crashed into a light pole, police later arresting a 14 and 17-year-old, both charged with misdemeanors, criminal trespass to a vehicle. The family now in deep pain, working to make funeral arrangements for a kid who
eventually causing him to go into a coma and then later passing away.
The offending vehicle crashed into a light pole, police later arresting a 14 and 17-year-old, both charged with misdemeanors, criminal trespass to a vehicle. The family now in deep pain, working to make funeral arrangements for a kid whose smile and infectious laugh will forever be missed.
Your however minutes long joyride ruined our life completely.
Now, Christian's mother suffered a fractured pelvis and internal bleeding. She was released from the hospital today. One of his sisters, 15 years old, suffered a concussion and also some bleeding on her brain. Another sister, 7 years old, suffered some bruises. As a result, one of the sisters still remains in the hospital. We've yet to learn if charges will be upgraded in this case. Also, if the suspects are still in police custody.
Damn, that's all they was charged with, man. Yeah, this shit is getting out of hand. He killed the baby, man. It's crazy. All right, this is the book of Matthew 24. And I'm going to start at verses 8. It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. I'm going to jump down to verses 12. It says, and because iniquity should abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Okay, iniquity is sin on top of sin. Lawlessness, man. This is a lawless society, man. And you got this new mayor in Chicago. Or we can't demonize the 10. I mean, to the point, if that was any brother listening to this video, any sister or myself that did something like that, they would throw our ass under the fucking jail. They'd throw me under the jail just for being in a steamer. And a steamer is a definition of a stolen car. You know, I would have been thrown under the jail with 30 life sentences, man. I've still been serving out prison sentences into the end of into the kingdom, man. You know? But these niggas get off. They stole a car and they vandalizing it, and then on top of that, you take a life. We at the end, man. Okay, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's gonna get a lot worse. We ain't seen shit yet. All right. Get this as second address 8. This is the book of second address, and I'm gonna start at verses 1. It says here, and he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. The world to come is the kingdom. This world, many, because the heathens they got their portion. Even the 2/3 have a slice of the portion here in this kingdom, because they're clearly just out of their damn minds. It says, and I will tell thee a similitude, Edras, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it give it much more. It says that it give it much mold whereof earthen vessels are made, but the little dust of gold cometh of, even so is the course of this present world. So there be many created, but few should be saved. And this is the reason why a lot of people are going to fucking die, man. You know, a lot of people, they're going to be destroyed. Because for the simple fact, they know not Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Let me find it. Scriptures goes into, damn, I just lost my train of thought. That the scriptures go that the Most High would begin to take many. Let me find it real quick. Give me 1 second, Salakia. Find it real quick. Damn. Days come. Yeah, here it go. Yep, second Esdras 5:1. It says, nevertheless, as the coming tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth should be taken in great number. Okay, you seeing babies dying. Okay, infants, teenagers, old, young. Many people are getting ready to give up the spirit. Upon the earth should be taken in great number, and the way of truth should be hidden, and the land should be barren of faith, man. Okay, but iniquity should be increased above that which now thou seest. Okay, iniquity. At that time when Esdras was seeing the world, it was wickedness there. But the angel told him, he said, as time progressed, more and more wickedness is going to transpire on the planet Earth. It says, or that thou hast heard long ago. It says, in the land that thou seest now to have root, shalt thou see wasted away suddenly, man. Okay. And look at now, this world is waxing old, man. Okay. It's getting to the point that it's ready to be given up. Like the scriptures gave the accountability of the world being compared to a woman in travail, a woman getting ready to give birth. This earth is really ready to cough out the wickedness and set up the righteousness, man. But time must progress until Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai set up the kingdom. It says the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth should be taken in great number, meaning that millions of people are going to die, thousands of people, hundreds of thousands at once. Like in Jacob's trouble, we speculated that, look, first wave of Jacob's trouble, you're going to have a lot of Jakes that's going to die, man. A couple of million of you are going to die on the spot, man, due to the mass destruction and death that's coming to this place. You know, for those of you that's still fun and games with the wickedness of this world. All right, Luke 12:49. It says, I am come to send fire on the earth, and what would I if it been already kingdom? So Yahweh Shai is setting the division here. This iniquity, because the Most High is getting ready to set up the kingdom. But this must go down first. This must happen. Evil must increase. Lawlessness, man. And it says, but I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straitened until it be accomplished? But suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth? I tell you nay, but rather division. And this is what you're seeing. Okay, like I mentioned in the families, man, the relationships, son, mother, daughters, you know, father, okay, all types of wickedness. But nay, I tell you rather the division, for from henceforth there should be 5 in one household, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. And the father should be divided against the son, and the son against the father, and the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother, and the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother. Okay? And that's the point. Yahweh Shai is getting ready to just fuck this place up. And he said also to the people, when ye see a cloud rise out of the west, straightway ye say there cometh a shower, and so it is. And when ye see the south wind blow, ye say there will be heat, and it cometh to pass, man. But ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern the time? Okay? Because we're clearly in a time of all hell breaking loose. These are the signs, man, that Yahweh Shai specified that will come to pass as we progress through this evil present world. All right? But anyway, I'm going to end it there, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shai. And with that, shalom and a baba.